हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रिंट करवाने के लिए इतना
हो गया।
जब तक हेलो वर्ल्ड नहीं होगा तब तक
आगे कर दो।
Will not go ahead, huh?
हेलो वर्ल्ड का प्रिंट कराने के लिए बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी।
बजाज का switcher
अरे that is not the task for the today. Still you guys are trying. I don't know why. You don't need to worry about that. It is very chiller one. Yes, it is very chiller. Don't worry about it. As you are very new in that environment, now so facing the problem, okay, and all the issues which you are, it is coming to you, I have not faced. Even there are the problems like the environment change, operating system change, okay, some little configuration, security issues are there, okay, you guys are not able to download. So exactly same way, if you guys are trying to download the dependencies from the central, there might be an issue. So don't worry about that one. It is the same. Okay? Yes. Okay? Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Or still you want to try with chiller?
लेट्स गो सर।
Okay. See, we have to go to the very interesting world actually. Assume like you are very much comfortable into the core Java part. That means that you are very much comfortable to write the business logic. मान के चल. Do you know मान के चल? Assume. Yes. So you can assume you are very much comfortable in writing the Java code. That means that writing the business logic. Yes or no? And now what you have to do? Yes, you have to test it out. We have to test it out. You have to test that one. So specially we have to use the testing framework. Okay, like the JUnit here. So this JUnit 5 is the latest version of the JUnit. Whenever you guys have to go for the unit testing, whenever we have to go for the unit testing, then this JUnit framework plays a very important role here, we can say. Yes. So I will not ask you the questions this. See, actually in this session actually we have to discuss about the introduction. Okay, then idea behind the unit testing, that what exactly unit testing is. Okay, then we have to observe about the JUnit and its features. Okay, JUnit 5 and its feature. Like we have the JUnit 3, JUnit 4, JUnit 5. And there is JUnit 4 and 5, they have the differences. Okay, that means that even it makes very easy for the tester. Okay, so here that we have to observe. Then next we have to observe about JUnit 5 architecture. So in the JUnit 5 there are the three major components. Okay, that we are going to discuss over here. Again, programmatically it is very, yes, programmatically it is very chiller. But just this understanding what is exactly behind that. Okay, what are the components of that one, that we need to understand. Okay, then we can work with the JUnit. We are going to write the JUnit. Okay, that means that unit classes. Okay, testing classes. In that one we have to write the test cases. And then we can test it out, whatever the code we are going to write. Okay, we are not going for the complex scenario. Very simple code we can write. You guys are comfortable with writing addition code, additional two numbers, yes or no? So simply that it is like again that addition code you have written, that you have to test out, is it working fine or not with the small cases. Then in the real world, whatever the business logic with any number of lines that code can be, it will be get tested. So here that we can observe into the working JUnit. And finally, okay, no doubt while working only we need to use some annotations, like @test annotation is there, @test annotation is there. We have so many other annotation to give the test case name. Okay, that is what the display name which is given into the JUnit 5. So that entire things we are going to discuss over here. Okay, into the JUnit session we can say. Yes. Okay, so please pay attention here. Don't try anything in between. Okay, as we finish the discussion, then only you can try this. Okay, otherwise it will disturb the flow of the session we can say. Yes, is it okay? So see, we just have to go for the introduction. What is that? So see here, according to the Cambridge University, okay, most of the time, of the developer. That means of the 50% time of the developer, okay, will spend on the
Debugging.
debugging. Debugging is nothing but the process. Debugging the process of step by step execution. So whatever the code you have written, okay, assume like it is the thousands of line code is there, hundreds of line code is there. Okay, so you as a developer, even you will not understand, you will not able to find out the error. What is the error? Not a syntax error, that is the logical errors. So there will be a problem. So that you need to find out. Okay, by going through the step by step execution. Okay, that is what the process of a debugging. So even if you go to the step by this process actually, okay, it will give the more efforts on the development. So developer rather to write the logic, okay, they have to go to find out the bugs, they have to find out the errors, they have to find out the logical errors. So that means what? Maximum time of the developer or the 50% time of the developer is spent on the testing. Whatever the code they have written, whatever the logic they have written, that needs to be get tested. Okay, so here unit testing involves testing a smaller software component. That simply means that in the unit means what? Here we are going to test the function. In an addition class, assume like I have the add function or the small addition function. So I have to test it out, is it working fine or not? That means what? I have to check, is it working according to our expectation or not? According to our expectation or not. So in the unit testing, we have to test that small unit. You have to test that small method. You have to test that small function, okay, for the expectation, like your expected output and whatever exactly it is coming. So that testing is nothing but the unit testing, we can say. So this is done before being integrated with the other components of the software. That means that this have to done by the developer only. So it is not the case only there will be the tester. There will be the tester and they are going to test your code. You as a developer only, you have written your code. You as a developer only, you have written your code, and the same code you guys have to test it out. So for that one, you guys have to write separate classes. You have to, like in the directory structure, in the Marvin directory structure, we have the two directories. One main and another one is a test. So whatever the code you have written for the main, whatever the code you guys have written in the main, same code you have to test it out. So for that you have to write the test cases. So that test cases will be get participate into that directory where you have to test. Okay, so that test classes not becomes the part of the jar file. Test classes not becomes the part of a jar file. These are used only to test it out the code which you guys have written. Agrees everybody? So here a unit testing is performed in the development stage only by the developers. The cost required to fix defect is very minimal in case of the development, because we are not going ahead. Okay, we are not integrating. So developer itself writing the test cases, and through that one they are going to check your code, is it working according to the expectation or not. So that is nothing but the unit testing. We can say. So here if you observe the picture, okay, cost to fix the bug. Okay, here I just have put the phases here. The cost to fix the bug. Okay, if it is at the specification level, okay, it has been given like $1. Okay, if we go for the design time, okay, when you go for the design time, you can observe it is, when it is go for the coding, $100. Okay, if it is the test, okay, or it is the release. As we go ahead with the next phases, cost of the testing, cost to find out the bugs, cost to resolve that bug will increases. And hence it is very good at the initial level only, at the development time only, to find out the bugs, find out the errors, okay, and resolve it. These are the business errors, business logic errors. Okay, that means what? Your code is not working according to your expectation. That means what? Simply you given the addition. Okay, positive two numbers, it should give the addition. If you given the negative two numbers, still it should perform the addition. Okay, 1 0 other value. Okay, other 0 second we have the positive value. So like that one, multiple scenarios your code should be work. So you as a developer, you have to find out the multiple scenarios to test it out. That means that if I given this one input, okay, this one should be output come. Okay, so expected out you know. Expected out you know. If I given this input, this must be the expected output. So you pass that parameter to that particular method, and that method will return the result, and that return result will get checked to the expected. That return result will be get checked into the expected output. So that just we can observe into the next. Here see what is idea behind unit testing. You can observe. Okay, here we have the test setup. Okay, we have the test setup. There will be a multiple steps here. Okay, whatever here you are going to put the input data. Input data and the actual output. Input data and the actual output. You guys know. That means that while performing the addition, I will give the 100 and 200. 100 and 200. So I given the input as 100 and 200. So what should be the output? 300. You guys know that one, yes or no? Because you are providing the input. You are writing the test cases. So if you given the 100 and 200, you know that what must be the actual output. Okay. So you know the 300. So you have to give the value over here. You give the input 100 and 200. Okay, now when it go to the test cases, it will execute that. Okay, and there actually according to that one, it will return the result. So whatever the return result, that means that expected output and the actual output, that both will be get compared. Okay, through the checking result of that. So if expected and actual is the same, expected and actual is matching, then your test case is pass. Otherwise it is the failed. Okay, so all the test cases must be pass. What are the test cases? Test cases are nothing but the possible input values and expected output. So okay, so possible input you given and expected output is there, and if exact return result, if it is matching, your test cases will be get passed. That means or the code whichever you have written, code which you guys have written, that is working fine, you have written well. So if all the test cases get passed, then only you guys have to package as a jar or the OR. In the Maven we observed, na? In the Maven what we observed, we have to convert that. Yes or no? We have to convert into the jar. But before jar it was executing the test cases. That means that it was checking, is it my test cases are passing or not? Yes or no? So that things before the creating the jar or before the creating the OR, okay, all the test cases must be get passed. Yes or no? Yes. So here that test cases actually, this is what exactly the idea behind the writing the unit testing we can say. So if you go for the unit testing, what are the benefits simply? You can observe here it allows to make changes to the code easily as the test will spot any bugs that new changes might be get introduced. So at the initial level only, very easily you can find out your bugs. Easily you can find out your errors. It will show you where exactly the problem get occur, what exactly the problem get occur. Okay, complete a stack address can be get displayed. Okay, then here improves the code quality as a test are written to check the edge cases, and the writing test also forces you to think about the better implementation. So quality, because you are through the test cases you are going to improve the quality of the code. Exactly same, since unit test is performed in the development stage itself, bugs can be found and resolved very early. So you don't go to the next phases. Okay, so that cost of resolving that particular bug is very easy, okay, or very less we can say, and reduces time required to ship new code because previously written tests can be reused. Whatever the test cases you have written, that can, even though you have to shift, okay, you have to go for the next version of your application, even the same test cases you can use. Okay, even though it not becomes a part of a jar file, okay, it is there into your project, so that you can use to test out your code. Yes, so here if you observe here, okay, here is my Eclipse. So in the Eclipse you can observe here into the project structure. Here src main Java. src main Java contains all your jar files. Sorry, all your .java files. Okay, that means what the logical classes.
Yes, sir.
There you have to create all the package structure. Okay, your controller layer classes. okay, your service layer classes, your DAO layer classes, your utility layer classes, your any classes, okay, or any resources that will be get putted there, okay, and the code which you guys have written there, that will be get tested. So here src test Java, that means what? This is exactly the package. This is exactly the package where you have to write your test cases. So Maven in the that Maven you have configured that in a such a way that the test classes will be not becomes the part of your jar file. Getting? Yes. So this is exactly okay the project structure where you can add your okay dot test files actually we can say. Next one is here. We can observe here what is exactly the JUnit or we can say JUnit 5. Okay, I already told you that. Okay, it is the next generation or the next version. Like before that one we have the JUnit 3, we have the JUnit 4. Okay, now currently they have introduced the JUnit 5. Okay, so it is the stable version. It is the stable version, okay, and which is widely used into the testing or JUnit writing or unit writing cases. So here you can observe, okay, JUnit 5 is the next generation of the JUnit. The goal is to create an up-to-date foundation for the development side testing on the JVM, we can say. So the JUnit 5 version contains the number of existing innovation with the goal of supporting new features. So new features are there, like what? Maven dependencies are available with this. Okay, with that one we have the architecture. In that architecture you can observe here, okay, we have the JUnit platform, JUnit Jupyter and JUnit Vintage. So in the architecture these are the three components. These are the three components here. Okay, then with that one we have the new annotations, okay, like before each, after each, display name like this one. So in the JUnit 4, okay, there was the annotation name which are unambiguous or ambiguous we can say. So that means what? By using that, okay, it was not clear that what is the purpose of that particular annotation. But here by using that, before each, name itself says that before executing each test case, this code will be get executed, or the method which I annotated by using the before each will be get executed. Here after each, like that one, before class, after class are there. Before class, after class. That means what? Before executing the class or before executing any test case, okay, this particular code will be get executed, and after that after class will be get executed. So like that one, some extra annotation they have given. Then there are the assertions and the assumptions. Assertions are nothing but what? You have to give the expected value and actual value, and that will be get compared. Expected value and the actual value. Or here even we have some assumptions they have been provided. Okay, so next here we have the exception testing too. That means what? If your method is raising any exception, okay, through the JUnit we can check that. So that is what the exception testing. And then finally you can have some dynamic tests. Okay, we can have some dynamic tests. So these are the actual features. These are the actual features of the JUnit that we are going to discuss one by one. Yes, hope it is clear. Here you can observe the JUnit 5 architecture we can say. So as there here we have the Vintage, we have the Jupyter, okay, and we have the platform. There. So you can simply observe there that it contains the three modules: JUnit platform, JUnit Jupyter, and the JUnit Vintage we can say. So if you observe about the JUnit platform, which serves as the foundation for